Scene opens, narrator speaking directly to the camera, looking sharp and confident. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to share a story that still feels surreal, even though it happened a while ago. It's about my 30th birthday, a day that was supposed to be a milestone celebration, but turned into the day I finally saw the truth about the woman I thought I was going to marry. Let's rewind a bit. My name is Alex, and for the past 10 years, I've poured my life into building a career on Wall Street. It wasn't easy. I started with nothing, working grueling hours, living on instant noodles, and sacrificing pretty much everything. But slowly, I climbed the ladder. By the time I was turning 30, I was a junior partner at a boutique investment firm. I wasn't a billionaire, but I was comfortable, very comfortable. About 2 years before this, I met Sarah. She was stunning, charming, and seemed to be everything I was looking for. She was an aspiring influencer, and I was genuinely happy to support her dream. I paid for her apartment, her car, her designer clothes, her trips, you name it. I didn't mind. I was in love, and I believed she was too. I saw it as investing in our future. We were a team. Or so I thought. My 30th birthday was a big deal for me. It marked a decade of hard work finally paying off. I wanted to celebrate with everyone who mattered to me. So I decided to throw a massive party. I rented out one of the most exclusive rooftop bars in the city with a breathtaking view of the skyline. I flew in my parents and my sister, booked a live band, and had top-shelf everything. I wanted it to be perfect. Sarah, of course, was in charge of the guest list and the vibe. She invited all her influencer friends, and I invited my family, my close friends from college, and a few colleagues. The night of the party, everything seemed perfect. The music was great, the city lights were twinkling, and everyone seemed to be having a good time. I was on cloud 9. I had my family, my friends, and the woman I loved by my side. Around 10 p.m., Sarah said it was time for toasts. My dad gave a heartwarming, slightly embarrassing speech, and my best friend, Mark, shared some hilarious stories from our college days. I felt so much love in that room. Then, Sarah took the microphone. She looked incredible in a dress I'd bought her for the occasion. She smiled, and the whole room hushed. "I'd like to say a few words about the birthday boy," she began, and I beamed at her. But then her tone shifted. "Alex," she said, her voice dripping with a weird kind of condescension. 30 years old. Wow, I remember when I met you. You were just this eager puppy, trying so hard to fit in with the big dogs." A few of her friends snickered. I felt a knot form in my stomach. Where was this going? "He's a great provider, I'll give him that," she continued, gesturing around the lavish party. "He buys me nice things. He pays for this amazing lifestyle. It's almost like he's trying to buy his way into a world he doesn't belong in." The room went dead silent. My parents were staring at her, their faces a mixture of confusion and horror. My heart was pounding. This couldn't be happening. She then turned to a guy standing near her, a handsome, smug-looking guy I vaguely recognized from her Instagram. "Isn't that right, Julian?" she said, winking at him. "It's so cute how he thinks all this," she gestured vaguely at me, "can compete with real class, with real passion." She then raised her glass. "So a toast to Alex for funding the party and for trying so hard. Happy birthday." She then leaned over and gave Julian a long, deliberate kiss right there in front of me, my family, and everyone I knew. The world swayed out Ed. The music, the chatter, the city lights, it all faded into a dull roar. The only thing I could see was her, a smug smile on her face, and him, looking at me with pure disdain. The woman I had planned a future with, had supported unconditionally, had just humiliated me in the most public and brutal way possible on my own birthday. For a moment I was paralyzed. I felt 100 pairs of eyes on me, waiting for my reaction. Would I scream? Would I cause a scene? My sister was already moving towards me, her face full of fury and concern. But then a strange sense of calm washed over me. It was the same cold, analytical clarity that helped me navigate a volatile stock market. The emotion was gone. This was now a business decision, a bad investment that needed to be cut loose. I didn't say a word. I simply looked at Sarah, then at Julian, and I gave a small, almost imperceptible nod. I turned to my best friend, Mark, and quietly said, "Get my family. We're leaving." He nodded, his eyes filled with rage on my behalf. I walked calmly to the elevator, my family trailing behind me. As the doors were closing, I could see Sarah's face. Her smug expression had been replaced by confusion and then a flicker of panic. She expected a fight. She expected drama. She didn't expect me to just leave. The elevator ride down was silent. When we reached the lobby, I pulled out my phone. My first call was to the manager of the venue. "This is Alex," I said, my voice steady. "The party upstairs is over. Please present the final bill to the woman who gave the last speech, Sarah. She'll be handling all expenses from this point forward." There was a pause, and then the manager said, "Understood, sir." My second action was on my banking app. I had several joint accounts and credit cards with Sarah. I transferred all the funds to my personal accounts and froze every single card she had access to. The apartment was in my name, the car was in my name, her entire lifestyle was funded by me, and I had just turned off the tap. The next morning, I woke up to about 100 missed calls and a flood of angry, then desperate texts from Sarah. They started with, "How dare you embarrass me like that?" and quickly devolved into, "Alex, my cards aren't working. Why can't I get into the apartment?" And finally, "Please, we need to talk." I didn't respond. Instead, I arranged for a moving company to pack up all her belongings and put them in storage. I sent her the key to the storage unit and a simple text. "Our investment has reached its end. I wish you the best in your future ventures." I later heard from a mutual acquaintance that the party bill was astronomical. Sarah and her new man, Julian, couldn't pay it. She had to beg her friends to chip in, which caused a huge fallout in her influencer circle. Julian, it turned out, was a struggling model with no money of his own. He had been enjoying my hospitality as much as she had. He disappeared as soon as the money did, losing her apartment, her car, and her source of income all in one night sent her spiraling. Her influencer career, built on a facade of wealth, crumbled overnight. She had to move back in with her parents. Do I feel bad? Not for a second. Love, trust, and respect are a two-way street. She saw me not as a partner, but as a walking ATM. She didn't just cheat on me, she tried to humiliate me, to strip me of my dignity in front of the people I love most. But she underestimated me. She mistook my kindness for weakness. I walked out of that party, but I also walked into a new chapter of my life. A chapter where I value myself more, where I'm more careful about who I let into my inner circle. My 30th birthday wasn't the celebration I planned, but it was the wake-up call I needed, and honestly, it was the best gift I could have ever received. I reinvested in myself, and my returns have been phenomenal. So, that's my story. It's a harsh lesson, but a valuable one. Always know your worth, and never let anyone make you feel small, especially not on your own dime. Thank you all so much for listening. If you have a similar story, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more stories. I'll see you in the next one.